Tension erupted at Loyola University New Orleans, a campus known for its vibrant student life and passionate debates, when a group of students attempted to establish a chapter of Turning Point USA, a national conservative student organization. The proposal quickly became a lightning rod for controversy, drawing attention from students, faculty, and administrators alike. Some saw it as an opportunity to broaden the spectrum of political dialogue on campus, while others worried it might introduce divisive rhetoric. On October 15, 2025, the Student Government Association Senate convened to vote on whether to grant official recognition to the group. After a heated debate, the Senate ultimately decided to deny Turning Point USA's application. This decision effectively blocked TPUSA from accessing university resources, such as funding, event spaces, and official communication channels. The move ignited a campus-wide debate about the boundaries of free expression and the meaning of inclusivity at Loyola. Students gathered in common areas, passionately discussing whether the university was upholding its commitment to diversity of thought or stifling dissenting voices. The SGA's decision, which was later upheld by its president, sent a clear message. Certain viewpoints, particularly those associated with TPUSA, were seen as incompatible with the university's stated values of respect and inclusion. For the student organizers behind the chapter, the denial felt deeply personal. They argued that the decision amounted to viewpoint discrimination, leaving them feeling marginalized and excluded from campus life. Many conservative students expressed frustration, believing their perspectives were being silenced simply because they did not align with the majority opinion on campus. The controversy at Loyola is not unique. It mirrors a national struggle playing out at universities across the country. How do institutions balance the right to free speech with the responsibility to create a safe, inclusive environment for all students? The denial of TPUSA's chapter forces the Loyola community to confront difficult questions. Where is the line between protecting students from hate speech and censoring legitimate political opinions? Who gets to decide what is acceptable discourse? The answers Loyola finds in the coming months will not only shape its own campus culture, but will also echo across universities nationwide, influencing the future of campus discourse and the ongoing debate over free speech in higher education. At Loyola, the process of forming a new student organization is intentionally student-driven, reflecting the university's commitment to student leadership and engagement. This approach ensures that campus life is shaped by the interests, passions, and values of the student body itself, rather than being dictated from the top down. To start a new club, any group of 5 or more students can come together to propose their idea. The first step is to draft a detailed constitution, outlining the club's mission, goals, and structure. This document serves as the foundation for the organization and must be submitted for review to ensure clarity and purpose. Once the constitution is ready, the group presents their proposal to the SGA Senate. Here, students have the opportunity to explain their vision, answer questions from the Senate, and demonstrate how their club will contribute to campus life. This presentation is a crucial moment, as it allows for open dialogue and peer evaluation. After the presentation, the Senate deliberates and votes on whether to recommend approval or denial of the proposed club. Their decision is then passed on to the SGA president, who makes the final call. This two-step process ensures that multiple student voices are involved in the decision-making. In the case of TPUSA, both the Senate and the SGA president ultimately denied the charter, demonstrating that not all proposals are accepted and that the process is taken seriously. The entire process is clearly outlined in the Student Organization Handbook, which emphasizes the importance of student governance, transparency, and peer review. This handbook serves as a guide for all students interested in starting a new organization. Throughout this process, the university administration remains largely hands-off, empowering students to take ownership of their campus experience and to make decisions that reflect their collective values. This student-led approach is designed to ensure that new organizations not only align with Loyola's core values, but also genuinely serve the interests and needs of the student community. The denial of TPUSA's charter highlights both the power and the responsibility that Loyola students hold in shaping their own community, reinforcing the idea that campus life is truly in their hands. Turning Point USA is a nonprofit that has become a major force in American youth politics, known for its conservative activism. Founded by Charlie Kirk in 2012, TPUSA promotes free markets and limited government, with chapters on thousands of campuses. The group is famous for provocative events and aggressive social media, often sparking heated debate. Critics accuse TPUSA of inflammatory rhetoric and divisive tactics, while supporters see it as a vital counterweight to campus progressivism. This polarization ensures that any attempt to start a TPUSA chapter is met with intense scrutiny and controversy. The group's reputation is central to understanding the fierce opposition it faces at places like Loyola. The SGA Senate meeting at Loyola was charged with emotion as students voiced concerns about TPUSA's rhetoric. Opponents cited statements from Charlie Kirk that they felt targeted LGBTQ+ and minority students, calling them incompatible with Jesuit values. For many, these were not just political disagreements but direct attacks on the dignity of their peers. Students argued that recognizing TPUSA would betray Loyola's commitment to justice and inclusivity. The testimony painted TPUSA as fundamentally at odds with the university's mission. The emotional and evidence-based opposition swayed the Senate to deny the chapter's charter. The debate became a defining moment for what values Loyola would prioritize in its campus community. The conflict at Loyola centers on whether TPUSA's platform clashes with Jesuit values of social justice and care for the whole person. Opponents argue that TPUSA's rhetoric toward LGBTQ+ and minority groups violates the principle of, in a Jesuit context, such rhetoric is seen as creating exclusion, not debate. Critics say TPUSA's policies contradict Catholic social teaching, while supporters claim free market ideas deserve a place in campus discourse. Supporters argue that Jesuit ideals require openness to challenging ideas, not preemptive censorship. The tension is denying TPUSA a defense of Jesuit values or a failure to uphold them. This debate reflects a broader struggle over the meaning of intellectual diversity at faith-based institutions. The debate at Loyola unfolded in the shadow of a national tragedy: TPUSA founder Charlie Kirk's assassination in September 2025. Kirk's death transformed him into a martyr for some, intensifying emotions around the group's presence on campus. Supporters saw criticism of Kirk as disrespectful, while opponents insisted his rhetoric still mattered. The tragedy made rational debate harder, as grief and anger colored every argument. For some, the opposition to TPUSA at Loyola felt like part of a larger pattern of hostility. For others, confronting Kirk's legacy was essential, regardless of his fate. The assassination deepened divisions, making compromise seem out of reach. The shadow of Kirk's death loomed over every decision, complicating the campus conflict. Loyola's identity as a Jesuit Catholic institution was central to the debate over TPUSA. Opponents claimed the group's values clashed with Catholic teaching, especially on LGBTQ+ issues. Official church doctrine opposes same-sex marriage and gender fluidity, but also calls for compassion and respect. Ironically, some of TPUSA's controversial stances align more closely with church doctrine than with the inclusive approach favored by many students. This creates a tension between upholding tradition and embracing radical inclusivity. The debate at Loyola reflects a broader struggle within Catholicism itself. The question remains, how should a Catholic university balance doctrine with a welcoming campus environment? The SGA's denial of TPUSA isn't the end. Students can appeal through the SGA Court of Review. The appeal process is formal, requiring students to argue that the denial was unfair or biased. The court reviews whether procedures were followed, not the popularity of TPUSA's ideas. If the court finds procedural flaws, it could overturn the denial. If not, the decision stands. The administration remains hands-off, emphasizing student-led governance. If appeals fail, students could seek intervention from the administration or pursue legal action. The process underscores the complexity of student rights and university policy at private institutions. Loyola's recent controversy shines a spotlight on the complex challenge of balancing free speech with inclusivity in higher education. As campuses become more diverse, the question of whose voices are heard and how is more important than ever. Universities are not just places of learning, but also communities where students from all backgrounds should feel safe and respected. Some argue that universities should serve as marketplaces of ideas, where even uncomfortable or controversial opinions are tolerated for the sake of open debate and intellectual growth. They believe that exposure to differing viewpoints is essential for preparing students for the real world, where not everyone will agree. Others, however, feel that speech, which targets or marginalizes vulnerable students, must be limited to protect the safety and well-being of the entire community. For them, the right to belong and feel secure on campus outweighs the right to say anything at any time, without consequence. The debate is not just about policy or rules, but about the very purpose and values of the university itself. Should the institution prioritize open dialogue above all, or does it have a responsibility to shield students from harm? Navigating this divide requires thoughtful process, mutual respect, and a genuine willingness to listen to all sides. It means creating spaces where difficult conversations can happen, but also ensuring that everyone feels heard and valued. The challenge is to foster tough, honest conversations without undermining anyone's right to belong. It's about finding a balance between protecting free expression and maintaining a welcoming, inclusive environment for all. Loyola's struggle is just one example, a microcosm of a national debate that continues to evolve and has no easy answers. Across the country, universities are grappling with these same questions, each searching for the right path forward. The tension between free speech and inclusion is ongoing, and how we choose to manage it will ultimately define the future of campus life, shaping the next generation of leaders and citizens.